Let's get into some archive papers from the 1990s that show the way the media was discussing Camilla pre-Diana's passing. What's interesting is Camilla had to contend with Diana's presence for the better part of the 90s, and then she had to contend with the legacy and the grief that people had for this fallen princess. This is from January of 1995 when Camilla and Andrew announced they're divorced. Even the family didn't know of the separation. Camilla is ruining her children, etc., etc. It refers to her as royal mistress. This is another January 1995 article from the Daily Mirror, which accurately predicts that the next divorce after Camilla and Andrew will be Charles and Diana, paving the way for Charles and Camilla to be together. Another 1995 January article. And what does your majesty think about Charles's lover being crowned? Queen Camilla, expletives. Quote, her views, the queen, on suggestions that Camilla might one day become queen are said to be unprintable. She learned only on Monday afternoon that the Brigadier Parker Bowles and Camilla were to divorce. She immediately urged extreme caution on all sides. Again, I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying this is the media spin. Outrage over this idea that Camilla and Charles might marry and she might one day be queen. No one is accepting of it. In October of 1995, Prince Charles has finally come out of the shadows with his mistress Camilla Parker Bowles. They're out and about on town. But the next month is Diana's Panorama interview. There were 3 of us in the marriage, so it was a bit crowded. Not great for Camilla. The princess is very popular. Camilla is not. This does not help Camilla's image. Now we're into 1996, the year that Charles and Diana divorced. We get a lot of letters to the editor, and I find these really illuminating. Now, obviously, they're picking the ones that they think are best for print, so maybe they're skewed one way or the other. But most of them show to me that public sentiment about Camilla changes much slower than maybe the media's view of Camilla does. We also get this interesting Charles's attempt to fight the press and the paparazzi to stay away from Camilla when she's at Balmoral. Gotta have a copying look thing, because what are we doing if we're not reducing 2 women to their clothing? And this is the first time in 96 that I noticed PR help for Camilla. This article specifically mentions Alan Kilkenny. Kilkenny has maintained that he was just a friend of Camilla Parker Bowles despite working in PR, but accounts do suggest that he might have been a predecessor for someone like Mark Boland. And we will be getting into Mark Boland very soon. In the next video, we're moving into 1997. We are going to look at articles pre and post Diana's death, and then bring in Mr. Boland. Stay tuned.